What I'm going to do right now is just demonstrate a couple of favorite ways to remotely access our machines. I'm going to demonstrate TeamViewer, TightVNC. Many of you out there may have heard of VNC by Virtual Network Computing. And we'll also use Remote Desktop, which is one of the preferred ways of administratively accessing machines to do work of various types. So, for starters, TeamViewer is free depending on to what degree you use it and what networks you use it on. This is the program itself. As you see, there are codes, and here I've got a list of several different machines that I've connected to. This is the code you would use to connect to this machine itself if you were going in the other direction from another PC. But this is a machine on our network, a Windows 7 machine, which I'll log into remotely. You can use it briefly for Server 2008, but since it's considered a commercial use with Server 2008, TeamViewer really doesn't remain up and running with Server 2008. It's very limited. This is some A+ testing software. This is the desktop of the other machine. If you wanted to clear the screen a little more, you can click. Let me get rid of this. Highly annoying. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh my god. Ay. Who said I? Oh my god. Now, as you notice, Malwarebytes was sending up annoying pop-ups, and I actually uninstalled it using this remote software. What I wanted to show you was how you could slide this out of the way. Oh my god. See how that slid out of the way? It asked me if I wanted to restart the machine. In TeamViewer, you can actually reboot the computer. Remote reboot. We will reboot, and I'm going to log back into it after it reboots. Now I want to demonstrate VNC. Starting the VNC viewer, it's got the VNC viewer and server. If you notice here, I have an IP address up and a double colon followed by a port. What I did was I set it up with a custom port. That's for remote access when I'm off the office network. Now this is one of the servers on our network. I've got it open to the Active Directory users and computers. You can see our domain controller here. Now, VNC has, for instance, you can go full screen with it, and then it says you have to hit Control-Alt-Shift-F to get out of full screen, like Control-Alt-Shift-F to get back out. In many ways, I like VNC better than TeamViewer. I think it's a better program, but you have to do more manual configuration of it to customize it. So let me minimize that. Another way that you can access a computer is by remote desktop. Remote desktop connection. It's built into Windows for years. I'm going to actually log into the domain controller, which is another server. Now with this, you're logging into the domain. The identity of the remote computer cannot be verified. Do you want to connect anyway? Yes. Certificates are not properly configured on this machine right now. So this is the desktop coming up. I'm actually going to do something on this machine remotely and record it, which is why I want to remote desktop in. I'm starting up VMware on that machine. Let me minimize this again. Let me try to TeamView back into that other machine. Okay, let's see if we can connect. Okay, the machine has rebooted. It is back up. You can get that out of the way if you wanted to, and you can get that menu bar out of the way also. And this is the full screen of TeamViewer. Let me minimize that. So we got TeamViewer up. We have a WinVNC screen, and we have a remote desktop session on the domain controller up. So, very quickly, let me show you where you can get these. You can get TightVNC for free, TightVNC.com, just like it sounds. If you wanted to get TeamViewer, you can get TeamViewer free also. TeamViewer.com. And just download it and use it. Like if you're doing a quick fix on a server, it will allow you to do that. It will detect it as commercial use though and shut it down, like I said. You can use it privately for free indefinitely. This is a good way to remotely access. This is one of the easiest ways, TeamViewer. Like I said, VNC requires a little bit of configuration sometimes. You need to know what you're doing and how to port forward and things like that, more so than with TeamViewer. And for remote desktop, if I recall correctly, it's port 3398. That's got to be enabled in order to remotely desktop through a firewall or a router. But here, I'm powering up this clone. I had cloned the domain controller, cloned node 1 and node 2, as you can see. Okay, there's the clone of the domain controller up at the logon screen. So let me just log in first. Whoops. Helps to click in there a couple times. Okay, Control-Alt to regain control of your mouse pointer. When you click inside the VMware window, many times, in order to get control outside of VMware, you have to hit Control-Alt. So let me just minimize this. I want to go back to the TeamViewer screen. Here, let me open up the tab. It's got some extras. It is set up to, for instance, deal with multiple screens. Your view, if you look at the view drop down, active monitor, it says here monitor 1, you see it grayed out. I have team viewed into remote systems that have more than one monitor, and TeamView is set up to actually deal with multiple monitors, as you see here. Show all monitors, screen resolution, you can change the screen resolution. Scaling, stop. File transfer, I have performed Simple FTPs using TeamViewer works nicely. Close. That's the remote window. Take a screenshot. You can record what you're doing. VPN, virtual private network in. Remote system info. It will summarize remote system. The name of this PC is test PC. It's not on a domain. It is in a work group. Processor, operating system. Shows the drives. These are partitions that have been made. Network activity, network parameters, network card, IP. You can talk through TeamViewer, chat windows, switch sides with partner. In other words, the other partner can be the one team viewing in to your machine. You can send a Control-Alt-Delete like that. Start the task manager, for instance. Can log off and log back in. You won't lose the screen. Reboot in safe mode. You can send a key combo, which I really don't want to do. You can put the wallpaper back up. It works well. It's a nice program. In TeamViewer, or in TightVNC. In TightVNC, here's the Control-Alt-Delete key combo. Control-Escape. Control-Alt-Delete. Same thing, it's got FTP built in.